Welcome to another episode of the Hayes Hustle Podcast. It's me, your host, Coach Hayes. Hey, it's Make a Move Monday. It's Monday, baby. I hope everybody's doing well. New little background here. I'm coming from downstairs in this is my little studio down here where I do a bunch of creating all of our merch, all of our creative design stuff down here. I got a little eBay store down here. I got an Amazon store down here. It's Make a Move Monday, so I figure I'll come down where the hustle is happening. You know what I'm saying? Where we get a lot of stuff getting going down here. So I like to be down here where the magic happens. Sometimes, most of the time I'm upstairs in my office podcasting, and I like to get it in up there. But today I've been doing a lot of shooting, a lot of merch. Because you see some of the lights and stuff like that, and the shoes and all that stuff up there, some of the paintings, stuff like that. You just want to move around a little bit. I want y'all to see sometime I shoot a couple of things on our story from down here. Me hustling at nighttime, stuff like that. I just it's a big deal that we talk about and discuss. These days how you gotta set yourself off. You gotta set yourself off. This is real spill, bro. You cannot be waiting on people these days to give you anything, to set you off, to get you more money, to help you find your gift. Ain't nobody trying to help you find your gift, man. That's why you got me here talking this stuff, because ain't nobody talking it. You know what I mean? You got to set yourself off. Most of the time it ain't good. They telling you to sleep 8 hours and go to work 8 hours, and when you'll set it off time. When you gonna have time to start, fighting for that dream. I remember that was one thing my dad used to tell me. My dad said, "Listen, boy, you ain't gonna never be able to get no job because you are such a dreamer and you a dream chaser. You want to go get it. So when you gonna have time to do it? If you work for somebody, you making their dream come true. And if so you're gonna need to be working for yourself, and that's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? So he told me right away, you trying to get a job, ain't gonna work. And he was right. He had it to a T. You know what I mean? I had to go get it. But regardless whether you have a job or not, no matter what it is, whether it's a job, whether you're going to get a job, whether you're going to get a man or a girl, or you know what I mean, like. The mindset is everything. The mindset is everything. I hope everybody had a good Monday. I had a great Monday. You see me Sac State up. I'm Sac State up this weekend. My daughter Kalani was in town from California. She plays at Sac State, one of the big captains down there. Now she's in beach season. She was already in fall season, in the court season. Now she's in beach season. So me and the family was out at Corbin University this weekend, enjoying the game. They won. They swept everybody. Well, actually, they went 5-1. I think there was one last game they lost, but in their last day. But they won a champ. They won the whole deal, and it was great. My baby was jumping out of the damn sand, just looking fantastic. So it was nice to have my son out there and his wife, my oldest son out there and his wife, and my youngest son, Kainoa and Kavina, and then we had other family come, and Kevin and a bunch of different family coming, Kenton and all these guys. So that was fantastic. That was just fantastic to have her in town for a couple days. She played on Friday and Saturday. So we was tied up with all that stuff all day long. Then the couple of days before that, you talking about crazy stuff happening. My son gets into a car accident. He is at a standstill on the freeway. It's rush hour traffic. Somebody comes, rear ends him. He's in my Range Rover. Not his car, my Range Rover. But good thing, he's safe. He's safe, and that's all that matters. And the Range Rover's safe, so that matters too. But his back's hurt, the neck's hurting. So you talking about a busy weekend. I hope your weekend was fine. This weekend was crazy for me. So we got into the accident. We had to deal with that, take him to the hospital, and get him checked out. Then my daughter came, and we had to deal with my daughter's stuff, which was great. Played her game and dealt with that. Then Saturday, I'm missing something in there. Sunday, my youngest daughter had a volleyball tournament all day. And youth volleyball tournament starts at like 7 in the morning, ain't done till 7 at night. So even before I went to that game on Saturday to see my daughter, I had to fit in a train at like 8 in the morning. Daddy still got to work, bro. Still got to put that work in. I don't get to just chill out. So I'll get that work done. Then I went out there. I rescheduled it for that early. Then I went out there, hit that, watched her. And then the next day, on Sunday, I had another early morning train. And then I had to go out and watch my other daughter play volleyball all day. And they had some mean girls playing and doing some real unsportsmanlike stuff, which was really unfortunate. And it had my daughter in a bad mood, and I hated to leave. You hate when that happens. My wife had left on Saturday to go to Vegas with her friends, so it's just me kind of running around town, trying to make everybody happy, trying to make sure my business is running right, trying to I got business to do, I got stuff to do, so I am running around like my head cut off, So I got that done, and then Bridge City, my nonprofit football team, we had evaluation Sunday night. So you talking about just ripping and running. So I hate that this episode is coming out so late to everybody. Please forgive me. The episode's coming out so late. But no excuses, but I just been going, taking, going to get a daughter, doing this, and then dinners, rolling, being a single parent. But I make no excuses. I didn't go early, but I'm here now. So I ain't always, on time, but I'm right here when you need me. So, I'm here, baby. I'm here. We here. We are here. So busy weekend, but it's time to get going. The podcast, a free game, it don't stop. Now, if you don't know, I got an audio. I put out an audio 5 days a week. 5 days a week, there's a podcast audio. There's not a 5-day-a-week video podcast yet, and I'm working on that. I'm staying consistent by giving you that game. I don't always give you the video, which I need to give you more video, okay? I'm working on that. I need a haircut. You already know when I'm wearing stocking caps and hats, I need a haircut. So, but I'm Sac State up today, so, deal with that. Hey, we're talking about making a move, man. It's Monday. And I'm hoping that you guys are staying motivated out there. We're talking about setting ourselves off right now and making moves. We're down here in the studio. We're down here in the Hayes Merch and Design Studio. That's what this is called, Trap House Studios, a.k.a. Trap House Studios. Okay, that's right. We got everything, man. We got Trap House training outside. We got the Trap House Studio in here. I'm even making a Trap House studio that you can record in. So I got a wine cellar, and I don't really drink no wine, and so I'm gonna turn the wine cellar into a recording booth, and be able to rent it out and teach kids how to use their vocal stuff too, and use it as a small business. So it's all about hustle, man. The house is the trap. You know how we grew up. I'm just doing it legal now, man. I'm just doing it legal. What you got to do to set yourself off though? What would I have to do? Like go buy a building, go buy a studio, go buy a place, a different place to do all my merch and stuff? No, I got a house that I can do the training in, that I can come down and run as my merch studio. I got I got a podcast studio upstairs. I can podcast anywhere, but really on the other side of this wall is where I'm going to put my studio, my booth, so I can get in there and record my podcast with cool backgrounds and stuff like that, change the backgrounds up, have people be able to come over and record their music or their podcast or whatever they want to do. But it's all about setting yourself up, bro. You can be sitting here having a job trying to pay for your house instead of having your house pay for it. That's how I feel. I feel like, this house costs a lot of money, so let's let the house help me pay for it. Won't you help me, bro? Won't you, you know what I mean? So I act like, I got like 5 businesses. So, and most of the businesses run out of this house. So all of them need to pay a mortgage. They all got to pay rent. Which equates to my mortgage. Each one of the businesses had to pay me rent. So they need to be profitable enough to be able to pay me some money, or too much of it come off the training business. So that's the whole thing. It's all these businesses, they need to help me do this thing. Instead of somebody else helping me, I built businesses that can help me. Because you know how that go. They don't always want to help us, yo. We got to do it different. We got to create systems. Baby. That's why, even if you got a job, I hate to act like I'm against people with jobs. I'm not. I just think to get to financial freedom, what I've observed is you had to create systems. You had to create systems that just pour in money. Systems of hopefully of things that you like doing, but even if you have a job and maybe it's the job of your dreams, you need to create something off of your passion that just money just comes in. So we don't have to worry about that. Because what if you want to go see your kids? What if you want to see your parents? What if you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't always be about making money. What if you just want to give to somebody? What if you want to, volunteer and you don't want to work? Maybe you just got a system going where it just brings you in money. Whether that's, people have apartment complexes, people have rental property, people, they do parking lots. They do so many different things to create systems to create money, drop shipping, and they can do a million different things. That's why I kind of want to show that today. Like this, listen, nobody wants to give me anything. They literally. So I have to do everything. I have to own a training business. I got 2 nonprofit businesses, right? I have a podcast business. I got a merchant design business. I'm finna drop books now. I got a couple books coming out. It don't stop. I got a football team. It don't stop. I'm here to show you how it really go. Some people in this, you gotta plant seeds and then you gotta water them. And you can't be trying to eat off of it as it grows. Think about a tree. You just gotta grow the roots first. So I created training in my training platform. I created my training platform a while back. Years ago. I've been training for almost 20 years. So we're probably longer than 20 years now. And so I'm eating off that tree, right? But it's the only tree I'm really eating a lot off of. The other ones I'm just growing and watering. I've seeded them because I understand I need a whole, what do you call that? I need a bunch of trees. I need an orchard. And that's the word I was looking for. I'm not looking for a couple of trees. I'm looking for an orchard, right? I'm eating off of one tree, and sometimes that tree can go bare during certain times of the year. So I'm looking for an orchard, bro. I'm looking for a whole orchard. So I gotta actually get here and plant some trees, water them, take care of them, let them grow. And then once they start growing, then they start bearing fruit. And then they start bearing fruit, then you can start eating them. But there's a whole process to that. Let's get busy. You know what I mean? Let's get busy. Hey, today's episode, today's Make a Move Monday episode is brought to you by Hayes Hustle. Hayes Hustle is a nonprofit that I founded. I'm the president of it. It is helping at-risk youth establish success through entrepreneurship development. It's all about teaching kids how to save themselves, not to depend on other people to save them. Don't wait on the great rich person to come and discover you and all this kind of shit. Pop yourself off. You need a loan, work your butt off. Create something that's going to pay for that. We want to teach them how to really do it instead of looking for handouts. Let's work to win. Okay, so that's a nonprofit. I work with kids, teaching them how to podcast, how to train, how to do everything I know how to do. Plus, introduce them to other business owners, small business, big business that want to allow us to take a behind the scenes look at how they got their business started, what it takes to do what they do, so we can expose these young people to many different avenues of success and entrepreneurial. So that's what I'm looking for, is just to create a bunch of entrepreneurs for the next generation that think big and dream big and then chase big. So website coming soon. I'm working on a website. It should be done in a week or two. And if you like to donate to the cause, I would love to have you. If you're a business owner that would love us to be, that would would like to be a partner with us and allow our kids to learn from you, and help me, just create this better kids and bridge the gap here. I would really appreciate it. So, hey, Hustle, give me a holler, give me a call. 971-400-8351 if you need to donate, if you want to be a part of our community. I would love it. You can also email me at will.hayes@bridgecityfam, as in family, FAM.com. Okay, hit me up. Gotta take care of the sponsors, man. Look at that. Like, sponsorship's all about marketing, and so I find a way to mention another one of my businesses while we're doing this business. It's really just about learning. As I learn it, I want to teach it. As I learn this stuff, I want to teach it. That's what it's all about. Like, it took me so long to learn all this stuff. And I think about how good my dad was with everything, but he didn't know some of this stuff. And this is what prevented him from really getting down. The world was changing, you know what I mean? And so now we got access to things and people actually giving up the game. You got black people actually on the internet giving up the game. It used to be where our black successful people, they would get really successful and they would run off in the corner, and they wasn't about giving you the game. They didn't want to really share the hustle. They didn't really want to share the success story. They didn't want to give you the secret. Now it's like a big thing that brothers are actually giving it out willingly. That is a beautiful thing, that we are feeding each other. We are literally holding the rope for each other, pulling each other up. That's what it's all about, man. That's some real shit right there. That's what I like right there, that we actually giving it back. That's that OG stuff. Real talk. Real talk. You got to be willing to put your money where your mouth is, man. You got to be willing to put your money where your mouth is, okay? Well, hey, as I'm talking about that Make a Move Monday, I want to motivate you to make moves today and don't waste time. On our audio, we talked a lot about about not wasting time, and especially if you're an entrepreneur, and how similar athletes and entrepreneurs are. There's a lot of, I'm in the field of both. Right? I'm an entrepreneur and I work with a lot of athletes. And my big thing with athletes and entrepreneurs is that you're trying to take a product and flip it. This is all about doubling. It's all about making it better. It's all about development. It's all about, right? Like, if you're an athlete, you're trying to take the size that your parents gave you, this ability that you have, and turn that into a varsity spot, into memories, into a scholarship, into possibly a professional position, overseas or in the professional leagues here. Boom, right? Same thing with business. Maybe you start with 5 sweatshirts and you bought blanks and you pressed them or whatever you did, and you made a couple hundred, and then you went back and you bought more, and you're flipping and trying to do this to a t-shirt company, to a brand, and to the whole thing. You are flipping it. You got to get it and you got to develop it. You got to hustle. You got to grind. Very similar to me, and I think that's why a lot of athletes do well in those pressure situations, whether it's entrepreneurship or some of these work roles that take, people that deal with pressure, because the athletes have to deal with that. So I think it's nothing like, when a job, again, I'm not trying to hammer on jobs, but a job, they tell you, we're going to give you this much money. You ain't even worked yet. We in 2 weeks, we're going to give you this. Entrepreneurship ain't nothing guaranteed. 2 weeks don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? You can work 2 years and don't see nothing and still got to keep working. Same thing with athletes. Sometimes, muscle development is never overnight. It's never fast. So you got to wait for a whole season to see something. You might have to wait 2 years to see that definition. You're taking something and molding it. It's like having that ball of dough and being able to stretch it out and make it into this big old pizza dough and all this kind of stuff. You got to work it. You got to stretch it. You got to do all kind of stuff, to make that thing into what you need it to be. That's all the falling down and getting up and life just tearing your butt up. That's what that is. That's what that is. Okay? And so you have to be extremely disciplined to be an entrepreneur and to be an athlete. Why is that? Because when you're not busy, when you're not in class, when you're not spending time with your kids or your family, what are you doing? Some of us are spending time looking at TV. A lot of us are doing a bunch of scrolling. Scrolling is a horrible thing when you can be getting a podcast episode in, when I can be boxing up stuff to ship it out, when, right? Like there's a million different things I could be doing to set myself off. You got to make decisions about where you're going to spend your time at. What is your priority? A lot of people love sleeping. It's hard for me to sleep because my dreams are so big. I even, the passion to this stuff, the hustling back here, fun. Because I get to control it myself. I'm not waiting on nobody to give me nothing. I got it all here. I ship it. I go it. That is, as a black man, you don't have to worry about somebody else stopping your hustle, and you can control it all yourself. That's the only thing I want. It's for you not to mess with my grade. Let me do what I got to do. If I fail, I fail. But don't you sabotage me. Don't you sabotage me. You let me do what that is all I ask for. Allow me to be who I got to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether if or not. So that is a big deal. That's a big deal. A lot of y'all not doing so talented. A lot of y'all got the greatest ideas and you're so talented, but you're not willing to do what it takes to turn your potential into performance. Some of it's not even fair. Some of you don't even know what to do. You don't even know what to do. You don't know you're supposed to work your head off. You don't know that it's supposed to be hard as hell. It's supposed to be hard. I sometimes think about that when it gets so hard. I think about, this is what it must feel like going from zero, sleeping on mats and cockroaches and shit, to being a millionaire, because I'm going to be a millionaire. All this shit is the universe fight me because I'm getting to the top, man. I got too much stuff to do. I got too many people to help. It ain't about me needing money. It's about my organizations. The bigger they grow, the more people I help. So I'm going to be a millionaire, bro. I'm going to be a millionaire because I know God want me to help a lot of people. So I got to hustle. I got to work smart and hard. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people like, it don't work hard. Don't work harder. Work smarter. Let me tell you something. If you're going to get there, you're going to have to do both. Especially, it depends on where you come from. There's some people that were already born, if the top is here, they was already born here. They don't have to put in that much work, even though it is hard work getting from there to there. Okay? It is hard work getting from there to there. The truth is, it depends on where you come from. If you from down here, where I'm from, if you down here in the mud and you trying to get up here, compared to somebody who started right here, think about that. I started down here in the mud. You already here. Now, yeah, it's hard getting from here to here, but shit, try getting from here to here. How can you sleep? How can you waste time scrolling? As soon as I find myself scrolling too much, I go, hey, time to get up. I got too much shit to do. I literally my dad ain't here no more, so I literally talk to myself like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you wasting time doing this shit? Why am I supporting somebody else's business and my business is falling on its ass because I'm looking at this thing I'm scrolling? Let somebody be scrolling looking at my shit. That's what I need. That's why I post stuff on video so they can look at my shit and then want my services. I don't need to be on here. You either a consumer or a producer, homie. Real talk. The same thing with content. You either producing content and putting it online, or you are consuming it. If you're producing it, hopefully you're trying to get paid off of it. Hopefully this is part of your strategy. Hopefully this is in your plan instead of just posting a bunch of, selfies. Unless you one of them people that are one of the beautiful people that get paid for posting selfies and then post them all day. All I care. You know what I mean? But if it ain't getting dollars, if it ain't closer to where you trying to be, hang the camera up, yo. Hang the camera up. We on. You know what I mean? Just Make It Move Monday, man. This is about mindset. It's about making moves. It's about money. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like, I feel like if a man ain't trying to tell you how to get no money, man, and the mindset it taking some of the trying to put you on things, dudes can tell you everything they want to, but they don't never want to tell you how to get no money. And that's what's different about today's black man. Like, the new thing is to let you understand how to get that hustle, whether it's driving trucks or flipping this and flipping that. Cats is online giving out. You just got to be savvy enough to stop looking at some of this BS that we're looking at and consuming. What are you consuming? Consume something that will allow you, that will make you, that will encourage you to produce. Think about that shit. Think about that concept. Think about that concept. If you're going to consume, if you're going to be a consumer of content, consume things that will allow you to produce. I didn't get that one on the audio version. This is yours right here, yo. I'm giving you gems right now. I'm giving you some gems. Might as well give you a couple, baby. Huh? That's what I'm trying to tell you. We cannot waste time. And when you do, which everybody's going to find themselves doing it, it's up to you, especially if you're an entrepreneur. It's up to you, especially if you're an athlete, because a lot of times nobody's sitting around. So you literally have to, somebody's like, man, if I'm sitting here, somebody's working. I better get up. If I'm an athlete, that's how I think. Right? Like if you ain't, like, I'm from the bottom. So there's a lot of time I had never even lived in a home before, only a apartment, something like that. And so, you know how hard I worked to get into a home, to live in a home, to keep a home, not just live in one, to keep a home, to the one I want, that can provide me with the lifestyle I want, with my businesses and my family. Do you know how hard it is? But it is supposed to be hard. It is supposed to be hard. If you're coming from ground zero and you're trying to get to the top, it's like us trying to come from the earth to the moon. You see how many of them damn things blow up? You see how many of those spaceships blow up before they even get to the top? Real talk. That's how it is here in real life. You know how many of us blow up our dream, blow up our confidence, blow up everything before we ever reach the top? Real talk. That's happening all the time, bro. That's happening all the time. Cats don't even understand that. That's we got to get on that. That's happening all the time. Nah. Listen. Staying focused on your goal, and it is a big thing. The body is naturally lazy. As soon as it get used to something, it'll start making things easier. What's your advice? What is it? There's too many people out there. Instead of doing what you got to do, we're scrolling. Instead of we doing what we got to do, we're watching TV. Instead of we doing what we got to do, right, we're smoking weed. We're doing something to take us away from the reality of what you're supposed to be doing. I'm not telling you don't do none of that stuff. I'm just telling you there's a time and a place for everything. But make sure you're taking advantage of the time to get your work done. Because in the end, if you're an athlete, right? Because if you're a lesser athlete than a better athlete and they're not really working, you heard that old saying, hard work beats talent when talent's not working. That's all you got to do is keep on working to beat them. A lot of them, because they're so talented and so far in front, they're not even sprinting no more. They just walking. By myself, nobody around, don't get down. Right? They just going. And all of a sudden, you just go, man, it's too late. As soon as you do all that and they still walking, brother, there's no catching up to you. There's no catching up to you. So whether you're an athlete, you control what you do with your off time. You control what you do when you're not at school. You control what you do when you're not asleep, when you're not eating, when you're not. That's up to you. You can spend all the time with your girlfriend. That ain't gonna make you. If that's your goal to get married and be a great boyfriend, then you're accomplishing that goal. But if you got other goals, if you spend every waking moment with that girlfriend, then how the hell are you getting that goal done? Same vice versa with the boyfriend. How you get that goal done? Talk to me. You understand what I'm saying? Impossible. You gotta make decisions. How you gonna get there? Real talk. What are you doing with that time? Time is everything. How do you multiply yourself? Take possession of the minutes. Make the minutes count. That's how you start multiplying that time. That's how you get that time. You got to make it count. It's all numbers. Too many people are on breaks and sleep and all this kind of stuff. If you just stay at it every day. I'm telling you what it takes to come from the bottom, man. And a lot of this stuff, if you already got it, and you're like, man, he always told me to come from the bottom. Well, if you ain't from the bottom, you ain't understand it. So stop listening to the show. We got people out there that's tired of hearing me talk to those people. I'm always going to be talking to those people. I'm always going to be talking to the people that need me the most. Not the people at the top that's looking for a little key for me to get over the hump. I'm looking to get setting motherfuckers off the ground. I'm trying to get you off the ground. There's some people on the ground can't get up, bro. I'm trying to set you off. That's what it's all about. Get up. Trying to get up and own it. Time to stop being discouraged. Time to stop being disappointed. Time to go. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. Nobody's going to hold your hand. And if they do, they finna pull a sucker move on you. Straight up. You know what I mean? Like this is that time where the best time than ever. I mean, look at this, man. You can be in your pajamas. I'm in my pajamas. I've been here recording and something sold here for $300 not about 20 minutes ago. As I'm in here doing this is why I'm like, you know what? This podcast can wait to make money because I make money. I ain't gonna worry about that, man. I ain't gonna worry about that. I make money while I build businesses. I build businesses while I make money. So I'm not even worried about that. But it's too easy these days to go shopping at Ross, to have an Amazon app, to have an Amazon business. It don't cost nothing but $35, $45 and some time. But you gotta be not lazy. You gotta be into your future. You gotta be into making your shit happen. You gotta be into setting yourself off. You know what's wrong? Too many of y'all worrying about jacking yourself off. You up there looking at porn all day. You worried about doing some silly shit all day instead of focusing. That's right. I'm getting to the real stuff now, bro. I'm getting to y'all now. Man. I'm the trap house. Listen, man. We in the trap house studio today. I'm going to start coming from the workshop now. I'm going to start coming from the workshop a little bit. We downstairs in my workshop where I make the merch, and I got my eBay store. I got my Amazon store. Shopify stuff will be getting loaded from up here because I'll have my own merch. All the Hayes Hustle merch coming soon. Hayes Hustle podcast merch coming soon. All my trap trainer merch coming soon. Trap house training merch coming soon. Our Hayes Sports Performance merch coming soon. We got it all coming, baby. Bridge City's coming soon. I'm in charge of all that merch, so we bringing all that. That's all coming soon. And soon I'll be wearing it every day. I'll be wearing hats. I'll be wearing shirts every day. I'll have a sticker right here. I've already got the branding plan ready to go. So every time you see the Hayes Hustle show, you see my little logo. So we coming, man. I'm coming. I ain't messing around. But again, who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do it for me? If I don't do it, who's gonna do it for me? Ain't nobody trying to do that for me. Somebody see that and try to get me to work for them. Like my old business partner. They try to get me to, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I can't blame them, man. They just want to corral this. They just want to corral you. They see that you're talented, but you haven't did enough work to figure out the game. You haven't did enough work to figure out your business. So they're going to get you. Just like the dope game. The dope game, if you don't know enough about it, the dude that's selling you the dope, once he figure out you don't know enough, he going to get you. I remember when I was actually hustling, and one of the most horrible things that happened to me, I'm selling big weight, and I'm dealing with a cat that he's a big time gangster, and so I remember coming to get my re-up, and I didn't do none of this shit. I didn't bring no, I didn't do dope. You know what I mean? I just sold it. So, I went and got my stuff, and this dude knew that. He knew I didn't test it out. He knew I didn't do any of that. So he sold me some bullshit, and I had used all my money to buy this shit. And he knew what he was doing. And so I'm taking around these people, getting the shit off like normal. They calling me like, hey, man, what is this stuff? This stuff ain't right. This stuff ain't cool. I go back to him like, yo, what is this stuff, man? Like I just got to spend all my money with you. Like this was my major re-up. It had been a drought in the town, and nothing was around for like a month or two. So I had been sitting on it. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you from where I'm from. I had been sitting on my re-up, like barely like spending no money. My girl was spending her money. I wasn't spending none of my money. It was like I got to stay tight for when it's time. Next thing I know, my man's like, hey, my man's here from Cali. Let's go. I'm like, oh, word? Say less. I'm over there. I drain everything. I'm like, hey, I'm going around like, yo, let me get that money you owe me. I'm going around to everybody, to spots, getting everything so I can go make sure I cop big. I go cop everything. Poppy loves seeing me coming through. I'm coming through copping, and he like, yeah, pick up all this, all you, just for you. I'm gonna throw this in too. Throw this in. I'm thinking like, oh, this is gravy. He was setting me up the whole time. Set me up. We couldn't even be partners after that, bro. We wasn't friends no more. We ain't friends now. Soon as he made that move, I was done with him, but I was also done with the street, because I figured out right then I was never going to sell my soul. I was never going to test shit. I was never going to do any of that. So in that case, the street was going to get me. The street was going to take advantage of me. I wasn't able to sell my soul to it. I wasn't able to go 100% because I didn't believe in it, because I didn't do the product, because I didn't. Working out, I do the product. The stuff I talk to you, I walk it. So for me, it's easy to live in that. It's easy for me to live in that. It's easy for me to be the authentic me. That's real talk. That's real talk. A lot of y'all, you don't have unfortunately, your job don't allow you to express the real you, the authentic you. Some of us haven't even did the hard work to find out who the authentic you is. The world has really brainwashed a lot of us, straight up. And you don't know who you are individually. You have to sometime, this is what I did, break away from everybody, break away from all friends, break away from this, just you, family, and God. So he can actually talk to you, he can actually communicate and let you know what he wants you to do. That's so important. Sometimes there's so much noise because all your friends, all the ripping and running, all the BSing, you know what I mean? The partying, the drinking, and this. And so it's just kind of, again, tuning God out. Tuning them out, tuning the gift out, tuning who I really am out, because I'm drunk all the time. That's who I am. I'm party all the time. That's who I am. I'm sportsman all the time. That's who I am. And you haven't slowed down to find out who you really are. You can't be passionate. You can't be passionate. You know how many people I'm running into these days that have financially did well. I mean, they found out how to make money, but they click on my story and see happiness. They see I'm actually happy with what I'm doing. They see me up at 4 talking shit. I'm happy. They see me with my kids. I'm happy. They see me. I want to show you I think that's what wealth is. I know it's also, believe me, I would like to be rich in wealth. There's a lot of people that are rich and they got a lot of money and they got a lot of responsibilities and a lot of bills and a lot of all that shit too. And a lot of guilt and a lot of, I believe I'm wealthy because I'm happy. I actually know who I am. Not like happy as in, hey, but I'm happy with, I know my gift. I know the 3 things that I want to be more than anything that I strive to be is a great husband, a great father, and a great business owner. I like to manage this gift that I have. I understand exactly who I am now, so I just know I want to become. I want to help as many people as possible, and that means I have to become bigger. I have to get more so I can spread more. This podcast has to blow up so these videos can help more people. They can go back in the archives and see all the videos. I can do new ones. The audio can do what they got to do. The books can help people too. The training can help people too. I have to make my mark. Now, I ain't got to take over. Everybody ain't got to come to me, but this is my generation to do something. I got to make my mark. You got to feel like that instead of just kind of existing, instead of just kind of floating through. It is time to make a mark. Think about it. I think about this. If God put everybody out here to do something, what are you going to contribute? What if he put everybody out here to do something? And that's all you doing is waking up and going to work, That's not a contribution. You helping that guy's job out. What is your real contribution? Is your work draining you from being a great parent? If being a parent is your greatest gift, and then your job is taking all your damn energy away from you being a parent, you got a problem. Okay, I'm not trying to talk just bad about people with jobs. I promise. Since I feel like I'm just like a job basher, that's not what I'm trying to do. But I'm just trying to tell you to put yourself first. Put your life first. And that means sometimes you got to put the phone down. You got to stop scrolling. That means you have to stay focused and take advantage of the time. You have to take advantage of those minutes. If time is the biggest thing that God gives you, what are you doing with it? Scrolling? What are you doing with it? Watching TV? Sometimes I had a TV in the background so I can hear it, but bro, I'm still working. My wife, the worst thing probably for me was that you can actually work on the phone. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's probably about the worst thing that could happen to me because I don't need no computer. I can work on the phone all day. I got all this stuff posted. On these different, my eBay store, my Amazon store. So I'm on there, adjusting things and working from there all day long, and not having to wait. And I ain't have to be on the computer. I ain't got to, I can be right there getting my work done. That's what I love. I can do it from the phone, and I can do it from the bed, and I can do it from my office. I can do it from the living room. I can do it from down here in the shop. That's probably, I don't need the computer. I don't need to get a bunch of papers out and all that kind of stuff. I start thinking about things late at night. I literally grab my phone and start typing in the notes what I want to talk about for podcasting. What God's put on my head. As soon as he puts something on my head, whether I'm in the bed or not, I'm writing down. I got to get the message out. I feel like God puts these messages on me because somebody need to hear it. And even they don't hear it today, is the great thing about the online. It's going to be on here forever. So somebody going to catch it. They'll catch them. They'll catch these strays and put them to use. Make it move Monday. Make it move Monday with Coach Hayes. I'm trying to motivate you to get your mindset right. I am that swift kick in the butt on Monday morning. Let's get going. Remember our process. Writing down on Sunday night, writing down on Monday morning what the plan needs to be for the week, what steps we need to take to accomplish goals by Friday. Every Friday is a finish line. You got a week to run. You got a week to dodge. You got a week to build. You got a week to do all this kind of stuff. Some of us got 7 days. I don't take no days off. Once you get addicted to the hustle, you ain't trying to look for no days off. A lot of y'all still looking for days off. Can't wait to take days off. I'm trying to look for an 8th day. I'm trying to look for one more day, or give me 30 hours in a day, God. I'm happy with what you give me, but man, you put a lot on my shoulders right now. I can handle one more day. You know what I'm saying? I can handle about 5 more hours a day straight up. That would be great for me. I ain't gonna lie to you, but because I'm falling in love with this thing. I'm starting to see it all come together, and everybody ain't there. And you have to go through a lot of ups and downs. And I just like it. I like being in control of things. I like being in control of making the money. I like being in control of building my own brand. I was talking to my son, my oldest son, the other day, and I said, yeah, I'm excited to do the merch. We're going to do some pressing ourselves. And my son, he knows a lot about fashion. He was in Marquise. He was in fashion for a long time. He's like, Dad, I know how to do all that stuff. I'm not interested in any of that. I can't believe you're going to be doing all. And for him, it's a headache. Like for some people, they're not into that. For me, I love doing, I like to know the whole process. I own it. I want to know everything. I want to know the prices. I want to know every single thing. I want to know how to do it. Just in case everything go wrong, I'll do it all myself. That's how it go. It all break down tomorrow, bro. I got some email addresses, and I can just keep on popping. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't want to depend on nothing. Now, once I get, we get to a place I need to expand, that's one thing. But depend on people to start with, no. It's gonna be me. I'll figure it out. All that type of stuff. But some people are built like that. Some people are not. Don't beat yourself up for not being like that. But know who you are. I know who I am. Being able to, go grab clothes and basically have your own store. Listen, I got an eBay store, and at first I didn't understand. I didn't understand online commerce. I didn't understand it. I'm a trainer, so I own a training business. So most of my stuff was face to face. I know you, and I charge a lot of money for that. But there's only one person you're working with, or a group of people you're working with, and you got to be present. You got to be right there. And I love it. It's my gift. But let me tell you something. Today, 3 or 4 times a day, I have been cooking. I have been sleeping. I woke me up this morning. And you know what it was? $300 on eBay. Later on, $100 on eBay. Later on, another $100. You know why? Because I stayed up at night and I put the products on. That's the hardest thing I had to do, was put the products online. Once you list it online and do all the little things and you get into the little groove, then you just sit back and next thing you know, they just buy it like a regular store. They just buying stuff from the store, just checking stuff out. I am in disbelief. Like, listen, I know I am behind. I'm sure all y'all been, there's the wave. I didn't know that because I was so busy doing what I do. I train. I don't worry about that. I make plenty of money doing what I do. But here's the thing. I found out I've been eating off one tree. I've been eating off one tree, right, for a long time. I grew this tree a long time ago to eat off of, this training tree. This tree, it provides for me. Oh, sorry, I had something in my mouth. I don't know what that was. Something from dinner. But I created this business, and it started off a seed. I watered it. I grew it until a tree that can feed me. It fruited, right? The fruit came, and I'm eating off of it. But sometimes I need different nutrients from different fruit. Sometimes that tree goes bare in the winter, and I need more food. What do? You, instead of having a tree, I need an orchard. So I plant more. So start off with that tree, right? Then I said, okay, let's start building off of that then, right? Let's start planting more. I got that from old Steve Harvey talking about planting seeds. Just start planting seeds. Don't try to eat them. You just try to water them. And then what you have is deep roots. Then you have a stalk that comes up. Then it starts branching. You ain't eating off of this yet. You just still watering. You got this other tree that you planted way back that's already fruiting. You just eating off that one. That's like the training tree. I'm eating off the training tree. And while I'm eating off the training tree, I'm growing the recruiting business. I'm growing the podcast business. I'm growing the nonprofit businesses. I'm growing the football team. I'm growing the eBay store. I'm growing the Amazon store. I'm going to put all my merch on Shopify. So we got 3 different stores going. I want to wake up in the morning, see how many books sold, see how many of my courses sold. I'm going to have a course coming. To just see how much everything is every day. You just wake up and kind of check the numbers instead of thinking about waking up going to work. This is insane. It took me a while to figure this stuff out. But they can start giving out that game. It's time for us to have it. So it takes a while, but once you start doing that, man, and you can really figure it out, it makes me excited every day because you understand that you're in control. You're in control. And where I've always been a guy that provides services for people. Service is all I've ever did, and I'm really good at it. But when you talk about wealth creation, being able to provide some products is a big deal because products can be sold. People can buy companies and products. You don't have to be a part of that when it's you doing everything. I remember I looked at the podcast the other day, and they was talking about this. The dude was talking about this, that he wish he would have understood that instead of doing the service type business, he would have did. Now, I don't want to do it instead, but it makes sense to do it in tandem. If you create something great, create products that fall off of it, that they go along with it, and that is the killer combo. But there's too many people just trying to create a product. Nobody knows who you are. You don't have any meaning. You haven't did anything. You just have a product that you think cool. Everybody got something cool. But when you actually lived a little life, when you actually did a little something and you stuck to that script for a while and built that thing, now you can create products off of it. Those products is the real money off of it. Think about it. It's like these NBA players. The NBA players, they get the NBA contract, but the big money come with the Nike contract. Right? The big money come with the Wheaties contract. The big money come with Allstate. That's where the money is. The other money's all right, but that's just to get them in the door. It's the other stuff that makes them rich. So understand that. First, make the main thing the main thing, and then you can expand and get the rest of what you want. Hey, make a move Monday, man. Just teach us how to make moves, man. Let's make a move. Let's don't waste time. Okay, let's go get it. This is real coming from the OG, man. This is for me. I used to hustle in the street, and now I spend time developing athletes with the cleats. You know what I'm saying? I don't mess around. That's I'm in amazement. I love that God created me a lane, that he loved me enough. He loved me enough to create me a lane, that he loved me enough to not allow me to die on the other side. I feel like I'm living another life right now. I feel like I've been touched. This is a special year to me. I know it is. I'm coming. And I want you to come too, bro. I want you to come also. I want everybody to be at their best. Gotta watch the way you talk. All that stuff sounds so disgusting. I want you to come too, bro. That don't sound right. Sorry. But yeah, this is our time to win. This is our time to win, man. Like if you got those ideas, but you lack discipline, this is the year to work on your discipline. You know what I mean? If you ain't got no work ethic, this is the time to work on that. This is the time to work on that. This ain't just the time to keep on coming up with the great ideas with no follow through. Do what it takes. Fill in the gaps, fill in the blanks, and work. Don't expect nobody to give it to you. Stop waiting on people to give anything to you and work. Time to save ourselves, man. This is real. Too many of us waiting on the rich white dude gonna come and see that we worth something. They gonna give us some money. Man, the hell with that. Set yourself off. When they come, it's because you've attracted them to you because of how good you are. Not you ain't waiting on them. They coming because they buying what you selling. Because you out there giving it out. You out there being bam, bam, bam. They want to get some of that now. That's how you want to attract them. You don't want to be waiting on nobody. How you attract them, you got to make yourself hot. You got to set yourself off. You set yourself off, and everybody want to be a part of it. So focus on setting yourself off. That's going to take some work. But understand when people do to set themselves up. People go get master degrees, and people go get 2 jobs and 3 jobs. People do all type of stuff. They go to army and military and become high officers just so you can call them mister, just so you can call them corporal, just so you can call them, right? People go through a lot to make themselves. You got to make sure you're going through your process to make yourself. And that starts with kicking yourself in the ass on Monday and making sure you are getting up and getting going. That when you're tired, you push through that. When you're scared, you push through that. When you're feeling low, you build up. When you're too high, you knock yourself down. We got to stay level. This is a ground offense, man. We coming for it. Okay? We coming for it. So, hey, it's Monday. It's just the start. It's just the starting line. You're only at the starting line. So let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to run. Get in your lane, start running, and let's pop. Okay? Please join me tomorrow for another episode of the Hayes Hustle Podcast and Real Talk Tuesday. We're coming. I'm coming with a new little episode, Tough Talk Tuesday. Coming with a new little episode tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. If we like it, we'll keep it. If we don't like it, we won't. All right. Just want to add a little bit. I gotta stop adding so much for Tuesday. There's already Testimony Tuesday. There's already Real Talk on Tuesday, and there's already Recruiting on Tuesday. But that's my favorite day to podcast is Tuesday. So maybe that's why. But listen, if you like today's episode, and you know somebody that need to get off their butt. You know somebody that is super talented, they got great ideas, that they can be so much, but they're not being it because they're not working hard enough, they're not putting it in. Please tell them Mondays you need to listen to this man, Hayes Hustle Podcast. Listen to the Monday podcast. This is for you, especially for people that listen to the people like I talk. The people that I'm not trying to fit into a box. I want to give it to you raw. All right, so there's people that listen to it. They can't hear that other way that other people talk, but they can hear this. If you can hear this, I'm for you. If you like, man, I can't stand the way this podcast sound. This dude, he too close to the mic, or he too close. Get out of here. I'm doing it for my people, right? I'm rapping. I feel so blessed to have an audience, and I want to thank you again for you being my audience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for everybody who has tuned in from all 8 countries, who listen to us on a regular basis, who listen to me. I always say us like I'm trying to be with other people. Thank you for listening to me on a regular basis in the Hayes Hustle Podcast. If you like today's episode, please, 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 please like, please share, especially with that person that needs to hear this and need to get off their butt on Monday. Please like, please share, please comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Work Don't Stop back here. Should I do more podcasts from down here where you can kind of see this up, or should I be upstairs in the office? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. And most of all, please subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen to your podcast at. Whatever networks, Spotify, Apple, and then also please subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Hayes Hustle Podcast Show. We just don't stop. Thank you for joining me. Please join me tomorrow. I will talk to you later. Have a fantastic rest of the day. I'm out. Peace.